The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a revolutionary by sharing a fan bragging story of great customer service on Facebook.com/Experience Pros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. My goodness, are we having a great show so far or what?
You know what? We are halfway through.
I know. It's time to go back to school.
It is. Ely Delaney with Your Marketing University sent me an email this week, and he said, last night I was on my way home, and I had a flash of brilliance.
Wow.
And here to talk about that brilliance and to help challenge you to make the rest of your year massively better than the first half, Ely Delaney with Your Marketing University. Welcome.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you having me come back.
Eli, we love having you on the show, and it is very cool. Eli is also on our Facebook page live, and we're kind of exchanging likes as we're getting ready for the segment. What's the flash of brilliance that's going on in your world, man?
Well, I was at my mastermind group the other night. Was last Thursday night, and on the way back, it's actually on the other end of town, so it's about a half-hour drive. And on the way back, I came up with this idea that, as entrepreneurs, we always have 1,001 different projects we're trying to work on, but things get put on the back burner. And of course, most of the time for most businesses, it's something related to your marketing, because we get sucked into the day-to-day work as opposed to the forward-thinking stuff. And so I decided to put together what I call the 25-day sprint. And basically, it's a challenge to get out there for entrepreneurs to pick one project, something related to getting a product finished, getting your lead generation, like your freebie that you want to give away on your website to get lead generation in there, possibly creating your follow-up funnel, because, let's face it, most of the time we meet people or people come in and, call us because they're interested in it and somehow they slip through the cracks. And these are all the projects that get thrown in the back burner. And so my idea was the 25-day challenge is to pick one of those projects, and for the next 25 days, focus your energies on completing that one thing. Because if you just complete that one thing, it's going to work for you 24/7 for the rest of your business career.
Right.
Well, you know what, Eli, when Dave Ramsey, who follows our program here in Denver, when he talks about this gazelle intensity for getting out of debt, that's what I'm picturing with this 25-day sprint. You can focus your attention, focus your energy on your top priority, and when you put all of that in place and you're focused, you're going to see those results. You're going to massively improve your business. And I think that your timing for this is so perfect.
Well, and it is, because we're thinking about it, and it's really kind of scary, because as I was going through and putting this together, I realized we are halfway through the year. And the big question that I've got for a lot of people is, are you where you thought you were going to be come, when January hit? Did you think you were going to be where you are now? Are you further along, or are you still not quite where you want to be? And the whole point behind it is to take you to that next level. And again, it's about putting some kind of system in place that's related to your marketing that's going to get you out there and, of course, create a cash flow for you.
Absolutely. And I know, for Experience Pros, we had a setback. And I think that a lot of companies, experience some form of that or another, if not this last year, but, recently. And so even for us, we need to be putting our brand out there. We need to be marketing. We need to be focusing on growing those cash flows and revenues. So I'm excited. How do people get involved, and what is the steps for getting started on the 25-day sprint?
Okay. I do have a website set up for it. It is yourmarketinguniversity.com/sprint.
/sprint. All right.
Correct.
All right.
And I've got a video on that page. What I'm doing with it is, it's not just here's a challenge, go do it. I'm actually doing some coaching along with it. So it's $97 to be involved. And what you're going to do is, as soon as you sign up, you're going to get a questionnaire. You fill that out, send it up to me, and you get a one-on-one coaching with me, where we'll spend an hour of giving you the step-by-step to help you with that particular process. Basically, I'm going to give you the formula to complete that project. And then along the way, and this is really the most important thing, is you've got to track it. So I've got some worksheets that I'm going to be giving out that you're going to make sure you're on the right path. You're staying in the groove of what you're doing. We call it the track to run on. And then along with that, I'm also doing weekly coaching calls throughout that 25-day period in order to figure out if there's something you get stuck on. A lot of times we look at the big picture and we get overwhelmed, and there's one piece that we may not know how to do, and it ends up pretty much stopping the entire process.
You know, and when you think about, Eli, what you're offering to a business owner, it's that accountability that we're often lacking when we're in business for ourselves.
Yeah, and the two pieces that I think are really important with this, and why I want this, or I know that this is going to succeed for the people that are involved with it, is because, one, we have that accountability. You've got the tracking, the progress sheets, you're going to check in with me, and the second thing is the resources, because I don't want somebody to stop and fall short of completing that goal just because they don't know how to set up a landing page on their website and things like that. Now, a lot of times those are the things that end up totally killing an entire project because you get overwhelmed with one thing you don't quite know, when 30 seconds on the phone with somebody can probably give you the solution.
This is exactly what I love about you, Eli, because you're challenging us to step out of our comfort zone, to get focused on one thing particularly. You're going to give us the accountability. You're going to give us the tools. And I just did the math on this. This is less than a cup of coffee a day. You spend this just walking to work every day. $3.88 a day gets you 25 days of this coaching, accountability, tools, and it's brilliant.
Let's give the website one more time, Eli.
Okay, it's yourmarketinguniversity.com/sprint. And I would love to have you guys on board. I mean, this is going to be a lot of fun, and I know it's going to help a lot of entrepreneurs out there that are just struggling with getting that one piece going, and that's all we're focusing on, is just getting that one piece in place. You know,
we have a guest on the show on Mondays from the Growth Curve Institute, and when you start sitting down and talking with business owners and entrepreneurs about the challenges that they're having in their business, we could start listing off a whole shopping list. But when you start to really focus on the priorities, what do we really need to do to create some income? What do we really need to do to create growth or cash flow or whatever our big goal was? Don't look at the calendar and think, well, it's halfway over and I missed out and we're not halfway there. And so a lot of tendency is to give up. And it's summertime, to get distracted, with summertime activities.
Right.
What Eli is suggesting is to stay focused, stay the task, and you can create a massive turnaround for your business with some accountability, with the resources, with the tools. Your Marketing University is filled with lots of resources and tools. Let's talk a little bit about Your Marketing University in general, Eli.
Okay. Well, what we do is, the whole point behind YMU is to help small business entrepreneurs and teach them the tools that are out there that they can use on their own, or if they are ready to outsource, they can learn the basics to make sure that they're hiring the right people to do those for them. When I started my first business, which was a web and graphic design company, I had no business sense. I had no marketing skills, and I also didn't have a budget. So I had to figure this stuff out, and I read a lot of books, went to a lot of seminars, and over time, I fell in love with marketing. I am a 100% marketing geek, and what I find is that a lot of times, especially people that are just starting out, a lot of solopreneurs, they're scared of marketing. They think that it's big, scary, it's voodoo, it's black magic, and you have to have this big, massive degree, and you have to pay thousands and thousands of dollars to get your name out there, when there's a lot of really great tools and resources and ways that you can do things that are very inexpensive, and a lot of it's free. You just have to put in a little bit of time, and it's all based around, if you're just starting out and you don't have a budget, learn it and start doing some of the stuff yourself, and then when you are ready to outsource and hire somebody to help you, then you actually you can have a more intelligent conversation with them.
Absolutely. Eli, we put out on our Facebook page earlier today, just before the show, we want to hear from our listeners. What is your summer marketing strategy? And here, one of the listeners came back and said, brand. Well, Your Marketing University has Branding Your Business and You, a course that you teach, the Small Business Marketing Roadmap. You guys have it all covered when it comes to marketing.
Yeah, and there's a lot of stuff that's not even put on that website. We have a lot of stuff in the background going, and the great thing about it is, my whole goal behind this, I have a big picture goal of helping 5,000 small business entrepreneurs every year. That has been my goal for probably about a year and a half now. And I look at the big picture stats. There's over 600, and I think it's like 691,000 businesses that qualify as small businesses started in the U.S. alone every year. Yet 591,000 of those end up going out of business within 5 years. And that bothers me. And that was the whole reason why we started YMU. I have a passion for marketing and I have a passion for teaching, and that's why I want to do it, to teach the little guys how you can compete with the big guys. That's really what it boils down to.
Absolutely. Watch the video. It could be the shift that you need to really skyrocket the rest of your year. yourmarketinguniversity.com/sprint. Eli, thanks so much for being on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure to hang out with you guys.
Right back at you, my friend. Don't go anywhere, folks. Are you as productive as you want to be? We've got personal productivity secrets coming up next on the most positive business talk show in America.
The Experienced Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Business